defending, I think, is like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on. Thank you very much for that one there, Ian Wright. People deluded, I'm back again. Now, is everyone able to breathe? Has everyone got their heart rate back? Arsenal 4, Brighton 2, Brighton 2, Arsenal 4 in. Boy, I would describe it personally. Smash the like button, people. Happy New Year's in advance. I hope you're doing well and safe. As I just said, I hope your heart rates are all down now, because mine is not. I'm still on edge, man. That was 6 goals, man. God knows how the Brighton gaffer and Mikel Arteta feel now. You know, both of them got a lovely set ahead. They're going to lose that by the end of their managerial careers. Being a manager is a stresses. I would describe it as the good, the bad, and the ugly for both teams. Now, focusing on Arsenal, where, you know, Brighton, go and watch your Brighton channel and all these things. You know, Brighton, fantastic club. Mitoma did a madness. Brighton are a fantastic club with a great project, play great football. De Zerbi shown at Swallow and Shakhtar how good he is, carrying on with what Graham Potter did. On another day, they could have nicked something from us, and I'm sure they would probably have wanted to start the game better. You know, Matt finished the first half better when they conceded, started the second half better. That's why I would describe it as the good, the bad, and the ugly. I wouldn't quite say it's our worst performance this season, but it felt like a performance of, to a degree, last season and seasons before. I think it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. The first thing that matters is winning. If you offered me this scoreline without knowing all the context and all that crap before the game, I would have bit your arm off for it. Simple. 3 points. We need it. Especially where, I don't know where we are in the league table, but Newcastle drew. Everton got a point off City. Again, you know, it is what it is, you know, and we need a bit of insurance, respectfully, to Brighton going into a big game against Newcastle at home next week. So all I care about fundamentally is, first and foremost, I don't care how you do it, who scores, what you do, get the 3 points, and then we reviewing things. And I think there was a lot of good from us. Whenever we went forward, we looked like we'd score goals. Eddie Nketiah's got 2 in 2. Fantastic performance once again, like against West Ham, and a goal to cap it off. The class region, Martin Odegaard, nothing to say apart from me. You need to watch the game. There's no words I can use to describe what he's doing and what he's on. And he's just a lovely footballer. Lovely to see him score. Martinelli, lovely for him to score. Bukayo Saka, lovely for what he's doing. I think Thomas Partey bossed it today. You know, I think Zinchenko was good. I feel the subs, Holding and Tomiyasu, when they came on, Tomiyasu looks stiff right now. And a couple of, you know, our shape for the 2 goals was poor, man, because we're up there for clean sheets and stuff. I don't necessarily think we're a good defensive side. We're an improved defensive side. And judging us on these new high standards we've set, I needed that clean sheet for Aaron Ramsdale. And we need to still have that same desire to get a clean sheet as we have to put 4 goals ahead. And we scored 4 goals without really trying today. I don't necessarily think we played to our attacking potential, which shows we can go to a next level. That's why I would describe it once again as the good, the bad, and the ugly. Clearly, we provoked too much inspiration. Starting with the bad, we provoked too much inspiration in Brighton. We allowed them to smell blood that they could get back in the game and make this a nervy contest. We made it harder than it needed to be. We could see the 2 sloppy goals. Big up Saliba. 2 games where you've made mistakes doesn't make you a bad player, in the same way the 13 or so you played before, you know, doesn't necessarily make you a good one. Saliba's a good player. He showed his age today, you know, for me, too casual for the goal that went through Ramsdale's legs, but he's my guy. This is what you sign up for with young players. It's going to happen. Where I kind of move away from young is because you're not just a young player. You're starting week in, week out. You've been in the France team and whatnot. Whether you look rusty, whatever in it. I did think we looked a bit tired. I do think, despite the great moves for our goals and stuff, I think we let Brighton off the hook, man. We've been ferocious in an attacking sense, and we did score early with Saka. And anytime we went forward, we looked like we was going to make something happen. But I did think, by our own standards, we was a bit timid throughout the whole game for that, really. We did score goals at vital periods, like definitely the 3rd. Definitely the 4th. Lovely to score Saka's with the 1st in the first opening minutes. But yeah, man, I think there were the things to improve upon. Where I'd praise our team in many, you know, in years before, we would have crumbled. It would have ended up 4-4, maybe 5-4 Brighton. You know, I like the fact of this season, when people make mistakes individually or collectively, you know, and Ramsdale had a couple nervy moments in the game. We get the job done. We forgive ourselves and we get the job done. You know, I wouldn't quite say we were terrible at our worst, but it's not always about how good you are. Sometimes it's about how bad you are. And to be able to beat Brighton, you know, for Arsenal with Brighton away from home, they're our bogey team, really, you know. So I'm happy for that, to be able to just get the job done. I'm happy for that, to be able to keep ticking along. I'm happy for that, you know, obviously with the fixtures we've got to come. So I think we did well. Obviously, we scored 4 goals. We scored goals for me when we was 3-0 up, which shows areas of improvement at vital periods. Got off to the game, you know, through the Brighton gaffers team talk and whatever out of the window. We Saka scored early. I think every fan thought we needed a bit more goals today. When ODEGAARD got the goal, it was on the eve of halftime. We started the second half well and got the third. I did think we got too, not excited, but we was too calm and passive, and that when we was 3-0 up, like we knew we'd win the game, in my opinion, which ultimately we did. But that just shows the improved game management. You know, I did think we needed to take the sting out of the game a bit more, frustrate Brighton a bit more, kind of kill the rhythm and things a bit more, but we held in. So that's a good thing. We scored 4 goals. We won at Brighton. We keep moving in it. Like, they're the main things. Shout out to the gaffer and the players that played. Obviously, it's lovely to see ODEGAARD, Martinelli, Saka consistently, you know, keep stat padding and getting their goals. Lovely for Eddie because, you know, he deserves them goals. He's played very well against West Ham and Brighton, deputizing for Jesus. He's done his job really and truly, and it's nice to see him get some goals in his first like proper starts of the season, because before he's getting little man minutes. You know, he's been good in the last 2 games. Prior to that, I would say his best game was Fulham, where he got like 29 minutes, half an hour, and he did well. Big up Zinchenko. If I haven't said it already, Partey, I'd give ODEGAARD the man of the match. I think Partey was very good today, like shown for how he won the ball back for the first goal initially. We're scoring some sexy goals in it. And there was even one incident where I can't even tell you what ODEGAARD did, but ODEGAARD just did something wavy and nutmeg someone in Brighton's box, and he fed Martinelli. Martinelli tried to square it, and I think Levi Colwill got a touch on it. Shout out to them Cobham boys. You know, Lamptey had a good game. Eddie Nketiah got released by Chelsea, helped us today. Obviously, you know, Levi Colwill has pulled it into the touch for Saka, and Billy Gilmore has headed it out for Martin ODEGAARD's strike, which it was a bit like an Ozil knuckleball. I mean, pick up the captain, man. Shout out the captain. I think Xhaka was good today. I think Ramsdale had a couple bookie moments. I think Benjamin White had a good game, looked knackered. So you can see how they get, you know, tired legs. We look knackered in the second half, if I'm honest. But yeah, looking at my notes, as I said, first 10 minutes, I think it was a good start. I think we made their defense nervous. We limited them playing out from the back. Brighton are always going to get out and put you under pressure at certain times. But I think we pressed them well. I think we won the midfield battle, and we isolated how many times their wingers could get on possession. And the final third plays, yeah, Mitoma did a thing all game. Solly March here and there. Sarmento off the bench. Lamptey versus Martinelli was a good battle, where ultimately I think Lamptey gave as good as he got, but Martinelli won the battle, really. I like the intent in the first 10 minutes. I liked our start. I think we had an intensity about us. I think we didn't let them out their half. I think we found it, you know, we did well. You know, the first 10 minutes, we held our shape well. We was very compact as well, where it needed to be. And I think on that as well, first 10 minutes, we had 5 shots, 2 on target. I think we was being a bit too... We was allowing them a bit. I think we needed to score some more in that regards, really, really and truly. I did think we forced them backwards. I did think they were trying to take advantage of the little gaps that we was giving, you know, players not following runners or not looking over shoulders, people. They only looked like they would harm from wide areas, if I'm completely honest with you, people. There were times that simple 1-2s were killing us. I did think when we start looking at the 10th to the 20-minute passage, I did think we needed to control the game a bit better. I think we were starting to allow Brighton to settle. I think on the defensive transition we was good, but it could leave a lot to you know, a lot to improvement. And I think that's kind of what they took advantage of in the second half, people. But we got the goals early on, really. I think whenever we started to probe, we was having some half chances throughout the first half, but we didn't necessarily take advantage of them. And based on the fact of we looked quite clinical in the final third, I think we could have scored 3, maybe 4 goals early on. As I said, when I'm looking at the 20th minute to the half an hour mark, I think we're having half chances. We just need another goal. I did think in the defensive third, we're leaving a lot of gaps. 24th minute, Ramsdale's had to make a good save to deny Tossart. I think we was compact, but we weren't always necessarily reading the game situations the cleanest. I did think Brighton's defenders looked nervous on the ball. I'm not going to speak on the ref in it, because we won the game. It is what it is, and VAR helped us a lot in it. As I said, whenever we go forward, we look dangerous, and ODEGAARD proved testament to that, because, you know, Brighton didn't deal with the corner. We dealt with it. At half-time, I think good half, deserved to be in front. I think we made life hell for Brighton off, you know, in terms of off the ball for all of their players, and we limited their midfield to their final third players quite well. Obviously, we had half chances and we've made a a fast start. I think whenever we turn it on, we look like we could score, but ultimately we need to do that. I think the pressing has been good. I think the ref towards the end of the first half was unusually, well, that's not even the right word, but just unnecessarily would be a better fit. Trigger happy with those yellow cards. I did think we needed to be a bit more street smart, and I'll extend that to the second half. Obviously, Brighton are going to put you under the pressure. They're at home. They're a good technical side. This is what Premier League's about. But I think we allowed them to grow after some nervy moments from them. We was allowing a couple of half chances. At a time, Brighton are just hitting balls into the channels. And what a player we've got in ODEGAARD. That's one of the notes I've got. Second half, it's lovely to see Eddie Nketiah score a tap-in, but we've conceded 2 unnecessarily cheap goals. I think when Tomiyasu came on, in fact, when the subs came on, we looked a bit more frail defensively. I'm not criticizing them because Ben White looked tired. And when Holding came on, not that he was terrible, but a lot of us was thinking back 3 settings, innit? The best praise I could say is that we've won the game, scored 4 goals. The worst I could say is that despite scoring 4 goals, we made this a lot harder than it needed to be. Like, we was 3-0 up at a point. So this young team needs to learn how to manage games better, especially when we look a bit leggy. We did look a bit too comfortable, and that kind of played into Brighton's hands. It's lovely, you know, Xhaka, ODEGAARD, fucking hell, sorry for my language, what a pass from Martinelli. Xhaka and Partey need praise for that. Good moves, really. Martinelli did well. You know, if you didn't square that to Xhaka, you didn't score. I'll be on to you, but you scored. As I said, I think we was casual at times. We looked leggy and periods. Probably players are looking a bit tired. I think we was terrible for the goals we conceded, and we should have got a clean sheet here. But we got the 3 points. We scored 4 goals. We managed the game well, in large part. We still need to improve our game management. You've still got a naive squad, but it is what it is. We showed our age at time, but we also showed our ambition, our intention to win today. I think, you know, we showed that hunger. In previous years, we crumble. As I said, we showed our age, but we showed a lot of resilience today, man. You know, especially last season where I can remember Brighton away vividly, people, where we were fortunate to get a point there. And this is one of our bogey teams. Unfortunately, we couldn't win at St. Mary's or at Old Trafford, but we keep our relatively good away form going. And, you know, Newcastle dropped points against Leeds. They're going to want victory at the Emirates, but we're back at the Emirates. We need to take these points. I don't need to tell you the games we've got to come, people. We've in no order. You know, we've got Newcastle, Man United, Spurs, you know, for next month, Manchester City. We've got some big games. We've got to go Leicester away, got to go Villa away. Got some difficult games, man. There's no easy games in the Prem, and they're coming every 3 games. Do you think we need to do something in the transfer market? Players are looking a bit leggy. Saliba and Tomiyasu look a bit rusty. Other players that are playing week in, week out look a bit spent, look a bit tired now. And as I said, games are coming every 3 days. But nice to see our front 4 all getting on the score sheet. Nice to win. Nice to continue our good home form. Nice to end the year well. On that topic, people, as well, as I always say, people, I appreciate all your support. And throughout the year, you lot have been ridiculous in terms of your support. So Happy New Year. It's lovely to win the game, especially where other teams drop points. So, to be honest, there's nothing more I can sit here and say, people. That's all my thoughts in relation to this 6-goal thriller. So yeah, you lot stay blessed, stay safe, hit the like button, turn on your notifications. Please let me know your thoughts on the game. Big up Arsenal 3-point collectors, and a Happy New Year to all of you lot, people. And again, thank you very much for all your support of my channel. Let me have a shot for you lot. Okay, I'm never doing that again for you lot because I like the taste of Henny, but that was too much. But on that note, one love.
There's always just that active red flag, defenders. I think it's like